All right. Welcome back to Just Another Year Chicago. I am your host, Nick, joined by me, myself, and I, Nick. I told Tony to take the day off. He's been working like a madman. And I said, you know what? I got this one, man. I've been tapped into training camp. But before we dive into it, I would like to thank our sponsor, Stupid Car Tray. Tony has a tray. Nick has a tray. I have been fortunate enough to see it in action. And boy, let me tell you, it is impressive. Not having to worry about food or any personal belongings sliding around in your car is quite a relief. And I would probably like to get my hands on one myself. So maybe spam the comments, get the old boss man to get me a nice Stupid Car Tray. But just keep in mind, if you want to enjoy Bulls games, whatever it may be of your choice, head to stupidcartray.com and use code J16, that's JAY16 at checkout for 16% off. The link will be in the description. I'm telling you, it's a great product, guys. I've seen it in action. It's also, you would think maybe something like this would be kind of bulky and annoying. It's sleek. It's a perfect size, great material that really holds everything together. And we know there's nothing worse than spilling food or a drink when you're trying to enjoy your favorite team, right? So thank you to Stupid Car Tray, but let's get into training camp here. We are 3 practices in now. Been hearing a lot of good things. As you can see, I'm a happy camper right now. I was going to throw on some Bulls merch. I thought, you know what? We're in training camp. Bulls are happy. Billy's happy. Fans are happy. I'm happy. We're happy campers. So did I just turn into a preschool teacher or am I a podcast host? I guess that's for you to decide, but let's get into it. So the first things first, I would like to touch on Patrick Williams. I know he is a huge topic. We're looking for him to maybe even be the most improved player of the year, or at least a candidate. I mean, we have some high expectations for P. Will coming into the season, and I know he has those set for himself as well. He seems to be progressing really well. He could even make it to the opening date of October 20th when we play the Detroit Pistons. Because he's making such good progress. He's looking to be more on the shorter end, the 4-week end of the timetable instead of 6-week. So if he continues to progress in this direction, we could be seeing P. Will on the court sooner rather than later. But if it goes the other way, lately Billy has been speaking pretty highly of Derek Jones, Stanley Johnson. You know, I think we may have forgotten Marko Simonovic too. I mean, so all these guys could play a role in filling in for P. Will if he is out. So I think that is one of the bigger things to look at here. And then he's also thrown around playing a little small ball. I know we all love to throw that term around in the NBA and throw Caruso in there. He's also another one who's been having a great couple days in training camp. I'll talk about him later. But I think this is one of the bigger things to look out for. He's running around, taking jump shots, obviously timidly, but he's not in a boot like Ben Roethlisberger would be, right? He's not in that big bulky boot. He's wearing NBA basketball shoes, right? He is taking jumpers. He's even running linearly now, which means he's running in a straight line. That is important, folks. So a lot of good things coming from Billy regarding Patrick Williams' progress. So definitely something to be happy about if you are a Bulls fan. Now, topic number 2, I do want to talk a little bit about Coby White. I think I read a little bit about how Maurice Mo Cheeks, one of the all-time great names, great NBA player too. Pretty awesome that they have him on the Bulls staff. Sounds like he gets along awesome with the players, and him and Coby are actually hitting it off pretty well. So I like the sound of that. I think Maurice Cheeks is a great guy to look up to. Coby White seems to be like a sponge right now. He seems to be anxious to find his role, fill the team's needs however he can, but he does really want to produce. And I think Billy sees that in him as well. I think he can be a little frantic, right? And we've seen that. But now that we have these players like Levine, we got Vooch. I mean, we've had Levine, but we got Vooch coming in for his first full season. And we got DeRozan coming in. I mean, all 3 of those guys are very good one-on-one players. So what does that mean? Well, that's going to open up the perimeter, right, for some catch and shoots. Now we have, Lonzo really improving his shot. But Coby was right up there on the forefront of our minds. We would love to see him become a catch and shoot guy. but also, I mean, that boy can drive the ball. He's got one of the best pull-up jump shots I've seen in a young kid in a while. So looks like things are up and up for Coby. I hope this continues. So, I think very good things coming from camp there. Maurice Cheeks has very good things to say about him. And then for topic number 3, I know I'm flying through here, but I thought we should talk a little bit about Denzel Valentine. Former Bull, obviously. I just thought he had some funny comments. He's getting interviewed by the Cavs a little bit during media day. Kind of looking for a refresh in his career, and I wish him the best. Obviously, we didn't have too good of a time with him, but I just thought we would all get a kick out of, as Bulls fans, his quote. And he said, quote, "I know what I'm capable of doing. I've done it in the league. I've had 30-point games. We've won 8 games in a row in my second season. I've played with Hall of Fame teammates and in the playoffs. I've done a lot in this league, but it just hasn't been consistent. Just being able to do what I've done in the league already and just to do it consistently, that's what I'm trying to do here." Now, folks, we should all aspire to have the level of blind confidence that Denzel Valentine has. I mean, again, how else is he going to approach it? He's just trying to do his best. But we know it was quite bumpy. He kind of prettied that up to sound like his time in Chicago was all roses when, it was quite far from that. So I thought I got a kick out of that. I'm surprised he didn't mention his half-court buzzer beater in summer league. Now, again, we should all be as confident as Denzel. I think that is great for him. Sounds like he's still competing at a high level. Coaches seem to like him. I wish you the best, my friend, in Cleveland. Enjoy that one. Now, back to the Bulls for a second. Alex Caruso. Now, he's been turning heads big time so far. Honestly, I would say I've seen the most positive things I've seen about one individual player. I know we've only had 3 training camp practices, right? We got to take this with a grain of salt. But it's been Caruso. He's been providing this defensive spark that they're really liking. Even they've really been complimenting his ball handling skills as well, which is interesting because he did kind of fill in as like a 3-and-D role kind of guy. But we're going to be running and gunning, and if he can join the party, more power to us, right? So if he can run and gun with us, he's just going to keep adding more and more to this team. But really what's been highlighted a lot is his defensive efforts. And one, you got to respect that, right? Because it is training camp. So I would imagine they're not always playing lockdown, choke it defense, right? But it seems like he's been blowing the coaches away. And again, we know Billy Donovan, we know this is his emphasis. So I think it's awesome news to hear that, his defense is being sought out with high praise, specifically with powering through, fighting through screens. I mean, that's awesome. If there's one thing that a white dude with a white headband should be good at, it's fighting through screens. And he does it, man. And he brings a lot else to the table. So I almost want to say I'm excited about this story the most. Obviously, I'm ecstatic about P. Will and his progress that he's making. And I just hope to see him on the floor, right? October 20th. But in the meantime, especially if Caruso is going to be a guy to step in, if we're playing small ball, whatever it may be, it's awesome news to hear that he's impressing them on both sides of the floor. So I feel like I did that whole thing all in one breath. Hopefully I didn't. Hopefully I'm not blue in the face. But I can tell you what, all I'm seeing right now is red. See red. Go Bulls. We are going to bring some more content to you regarding the wrapping up of training camp. We got preseason starting next Tuesday, playing the Cavs. So we're actually going to see Denzel Valentine. That could be kind of interesting. See what kind of shots he's pulling up with. And so look forward to that. We are happy campers here at Just Another Year Chicago. So thank you for tuning in. My name is Nick. Thank you to my co-host, Nick. And again, thanks for watching. Until next time, we'll see you later, sports fans.